What's up, Gator Country? Nick Torre here with Andrew Spivey, coming to you live from Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Thursday, we're just getting ready for Friday Night Lights. Andrew, talk to me a little bit about the event, just as in total, not really any prospects, but what is the event? What are we covering tomorrow?
You know, this event used to be the premier event to end camp season. Now you have Black Magic, that South Carolina calls it, in Urban. He took Friday Night Lights with him to Buckeye Country, but Muschamp has kind of not made this a priority in the past, but this year it is. It's a priority this year, and as you can tell, I mean, we have like 75 top-notch prospects confirmed. There's always 5 or 10 that sneak in.
Right.
You know, there's going to be people that sneak in. There's going to be guys that come in and don't work out, and some guys that do come in and work out. But let's face it, if you have 75 top-notch prospects, you're going to get some good one-on-one matchups. Absolutely. Coaches are going to get to see a little bit of action. It's under the lights. The music will be blaring. The video will be blaring. You know, it'll be excitement on a Friday night. You know, and this is kind of the start of football season. You have this next week. You have media days, and you have fall practice starting. So let's get ready to roll on the green grass out there. You know, it was looking pretty last night.
It was looking pretty last night, and talk to me a little bit about who's going to be here. Let's talk about the commits first. The commits, a lot of them aren't going to be working out. You know, they're already committed. The coaches have already seen, obviously, what they have on the football field and have offered them scholarships. Talk to me about which commits are going to be here and what to expect from them.
You know, one guy that came that said he may work out is Will Greer. I was kind of surprised. You know, quarterback Will Greer going to work out with all of his offers, with his, a seat in the class taken care of.
Right.
He's going to work out. I mean, that to me, that shows, hey, I want to be the leader out on the field, get to know these guys. So, but also J.C. Jackson and Duke Dawson are coming up. Kerry Clark, he should be up sometime this afternoon. Let's see here. You have Travaris Dorsey's coming up as well. Ben Knox said he was an iffy, maybe. I expect to see him here. If not, it would be something wrong that he didn't show up, but I think he'll be here as well. I'm trying to think. Newly committed Dante Angus will not be here, as well as Tevin Bryan from Wyoming. He's not going to be here as well. But as far as the rest of the commits, you should see him here. Dalvin Cook will be up as well with a couple teammates. Quincy Wilson and those guys are all, kind of coming together. Quincy's not, but Richard Yergin is as well. So, and then you have the uncommitted prospects. And, we got news last night. Christian Miller may be coming with Mom. And,
right.
That would be for Florida's chances to land Christian Miller. This is it. If they land him on campus tomorrow, the tide may turn to the Gators again.
From talking with Christian after his Georgia trip, he kept mentioning Jarvis Jones. So that's definitely a player that Mark Richt and Georgia told him that he can compare to, and he definitely ate that up. And then, of course, go down to visit Alabama. You see those facilities. Alabama's going to roll out the red carpet, so Florida's definitely playing a little catch-up here, and if they don't get Christian Miller on campus soon, they're going to probably fall too far behind to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, his dad told us last week in media days, decision's coming soon. Yeah. So, it's July 25th. You're going to make a decision August. This is it. Unless he comes down for fall camp. And, getting Mom, as we know, Corey Miller, his father, he's a Gator. He wants him to be a Gator. It's up to Mom. So if Mom can show up tomorrow, Coach Muschamp can roll out the red carpet, show Mom what Gainesville's about, show Christian, hey, Jarvis Jones, who's Jarvis Jones? We have Dante Fowler. You have, Florida has Ronald Powell. They can show who they have. I mean, they put, Sharif Floyd and guys on defense in the league last year. Will Muschamp can do that. I think another guy, that he can show is Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor at Miami, he can show that as well. He had plenty of guys at Texas that he can show. So I think getting him on campus here will be great to show what Florida can do for Christian Miller, and to have Mom come is extremely important.
Okay, and let's talk about some of the other prospects, 2014 kids, of course, that are coming in that, Florida's really after. And maybe, is there anyone, possibly thinking about a commitment?
I wouldn't be surprised to see Quincy Wilson go ahead and pull the trigger. I know him and Erman said August, but, Quincy's going to come here. He probably has his decision made up, let's face it. I mean, you don't say I'm going to make a decision in August and I have a decision made. He may tell you on the record he didn't have a decision made. That's bullcrap. I don't care what Quincy says on that. But so he gets here on Friday night. He sees Will Greer, Dalvin Cook, and all those guys here. Hey, he may commit, on the spot. Richard Yergin is a guy. Trent Harris, right now, today, tomorrow, I think the coaches will evaluate who they want at that buck position. Okay. Do they want Justice Reed? Do they want Trent Harris? Do they want Richard Yerrigan, what is it? They're trying to find a replacement right now for Christian Miller because they don't think Christian Miller's going to be in this class. You know, you have Lorenzo Carter on the other side, so they're trying to find that. If they decide Trent Harris is the guy, he may commit tomorrow.
Okay, so Lorenzo Carter, Florida sees him more as a pure defensive end than a buck.
No, more as a buck, you know, and more like Christian Miller, Trent Harris, guys like that can play that Sam position that Ropo is going to play this year. You know, I think, as we talked about last night with film, Buck, Sam, it's the same thing. It's the Sam linebacker and it's the weak side linebacker, but they call it the Buck, so they don't call it the weak side linebacker because the Will's the weak side linebacker. So let's face it, they're interchangeable. You know, Lorenzo Carter's a little bigger than Christian Miller is, so Christian Miller can go in coverage more, which is what a Sam does.
Okay, and let's talk about some 2015 kids. There's always some young kids out here. Who are some standout names? Give me just a couple names, standout 2015 kids that we're looking forward to seeing.
You know, I think CeCe Jefferson, that's the highlight. You know, he has the possibility next year to be top 10 in the country. You know, he was going to go to Buckeye Country tomorrow, and he said, no, I'm going to Gatorland. So he's coming out here tomorrow. Byron Corrett from Armwood will be here tomorrow. It's another name that could pop. You know, he says, I'm not going to decide. He's got Gator stuff all over his Twitter. Come on, dude. You're Matt Jones' teammate. You're Alvin Bailey's teammate. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him walk out tomorrow. That, you know, 2016 kids is interesting. Philip Franks that you've seen, the quarterback. You know, he'll be here tomorrow as well. Nate Craig, maybe the best receiver in his class in 2016 from Pasco. He's Joey Ivy's teammate. He's 6'3". Right. We watched him at IMG just tear it up for the unsigned prospects down there. So he's another guy as well. You know, Tyler Bird from Naples, the Florida commit, is supposed to come up as well. So be interesting to see him come up. You know, it'll be his first time coming up since he camped and first time being a Gator commit in the swamp. So I think that'll be interesting to see the underclassmen to get a look at what we're going to look at next year and the next year, you know, moving forward.
Okay. For Andrew Spivey, Nick Delatorre,
and Steve Spurrier,
and all three Heisman winners here at Florida. Leaving you guys now. We'll be here Friday night, covering Friday Night Lights, giving you all up-to-date coverage. Make sure to tune into GatorCountry.com. GCTV, we're out.